Good. Coming to you at 0600 hours, 30 minutes, Saturday, October 2018. We in October. Dang, this year was a good year. I say good year because it wasn't anything else but good. It wasn't great, it was good. The reason I titled The Decision of College and Entrepreneurship is because we talked about college and your decision of the choices you are going to make. This is your life. We know, hopefully, you had good guidance. You are not basically a child just mentally incapable of handling your own finances or even having information. If you don't, it's not the end of the world. Hopefully, that you still living at home with your parents. That is key as well. Living at home with your parents. Because if you grew up, I seen the thing with Ricky Smiley about how, just real quick, how the parents kick their children out the house. If they don't listen, or that the child should be of a certain age when they should leave. But this is the only country, we are a nation of people, a society that kick our child out the house. I read in China they do not kick their child out the house, especially the daughter. We kicking the women out the house too fast. And then you're wondering why Brenda have remember Tupac song, and it's still prevalent to this day. Brenda's having a baby at 18. The church I've been to, I don't know how well I looked at the parents, but it's no diss. We act as if the past do not affect. Now the past do affect our future, but then if you have a child, it affects the future more so. It spills over. That's why I always, if you look at my beginning lives, or if I've mentioned it, being a good person now at 8, 7, 6, or guiding your child to be a good-hearted person, there's nothing wrong with that. While you're teaching them about how to protect themselves, about how the society is going to be, or you're teaching them about sex. Since some people like to wait for a lot of things, like we're living in a society now, a 5-year old watching a movie is getting exploited with sex. So all these things that we're learning from a child, it carries over into now they call them the teenage years. We become adolescents. That kind of affected us. The childhood affected us. So that is good to have that. I just wanted to say, have that good guidance growing up. If you are a new parent, I'll say a newlywed parent, or if you are a newlywed, even how you deal with each other affects 10 years from now, 5 years. We want to know, well, can I be around you for 5 more years? You're going to show me things that I've never seen because now I'm living with you. So now life is going along. Now it's moving along. So I say it's college for you. Now, I know it's only been a day, but you got to think about like, wow, I'm really good at certain things. I'm not very well. I don't do very well at other things. Now you got an opportunity. There's these programs, as I mentioned, to library. Well, I know the city I'm from, Buffalo, New York. It's not New York per se. We have an art center. We have vocational centers. They call it educational opportunity centers. We have adult centers. And I'm learning night school is very prevalent now as well. It's very is they have it occurs very often. I never knew that. One of the night schools we have is like Bennett High School. It allowed the dropouts or the children, the teenager that didn't do very well in high school, to go to a school where is fit for them. Because a lot of them might have to start working, or that school finally caught up to them and they don't have the mental capacity to move at the same rate as everybody else. And I want to tell people too, there is nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. There is nothing wrong. And I didn't say good morning, everybody. With moving at a different rate. I grew up, we had these reading books. We had level from, I think from 1 to 12, I can recall. and you start off from like pre-K, and it's or no first grade because I want to say pre-K. Pre-K is barely reading, and you start off at first grade with a reading book. It's like level 1 to 12. I was always 2 to 3 books behind. I started off being tested. They thought something was wrong with me. As I got older, now I think about it, I had a lot of fun being tested. I got to get on the Amway train. I think it's called the Amtrak. It is very sturdy, so you moving, the train can hit a bump and you barely feel it. You barely felt it. Just like how they made the new transportation buses, it's kind of smooth riding now, especially when the roads are good. And I got meals. I got to travel. My mother was traveling with me. I don't know how much she enjoyed it, but my mother at the time, my father was working. He was kind of involved, so she can kind of stay at home and go to all these places. I was getting tested. I went through a speech pathologist, and as probably you can hear it in my voice, I don't worry about when I say words wrong. I just keep going. I don't correct people unless it's just really like, all right, that was really I don't know what you just said type of word. Like my father, I spoke of, he's from the South. I don't understand him talking, and I was learning language, so I had to take speech my whole life. I wasn't really in the class, but I have received my work. So they would do would give the teacher, the speech teacher, the information, and she would basically teach me the information I need to know. Because when the teacher was teaching it, it had nothing to do with me behaving badly or being autistic, ADD. Those are things I do not claim, like depression. It's just that I was behind on my speech, but I was very good at spelling. Don't ask me how. As I explained before, maybe something happened in language and translation, which I speak about, and I just learned at a different speed. So there's nothing wrong being learned at a different speed. So as you're in college, if you notice that you need more hours on a lesson, there's tutors. And I keep reverting back to the library. They're trying to get rid of the library. So if you see anything that protests libraries and you know any people, activists in your neighborhood, and you can get a hold of them or you can leave messages, they got voicemails, get a hold of that activist and ask that activist, you can work with the activist too. So that might be your calling to not tear down this library. You can be an activist. You can be specifically designed, or your purpose can be just to help one area. My area is community and unity. That's why I care about people. So that's a unit. Commune is to come together, and we're not a community till we come together. Like if somebody robbing one building, we should have watchers on that, and then they should be letting us know who's those people, what's going on. And then the neighbors surrounding I grew up with, we wasn't doing that. It was young men robbing people. So and I thought that was how was that even possible? And you got all these nosy, at least people are nosy. Like they are watching out that window. Even the people in the areas like, well, there's nobody home. No, there's somebody home. But going back to so now you understanding is college for you. Now, as you think about it, okay, you weighed your options. Now, I don't know if how far you thought about it. Now, if you listened to me yesterday, you something that come to your memory, you got the loans. Now, what loan and the interest? What interest is going to be best for you? Because you might need some type of low interest loan. You might need one because the school you may go to might cost 52,000. I know that our most prestige school in Buffalo is the University at Buffalo or of Buffalo, and that school, I want to recall that school is like 62,000. I don't know the yearly, but overall. So imagine if you don't have scholarships. That's why they kind of prefer a certain GPA. You can get tutoring in a certain type because a lot of people get those scholarships and they are able to go there. So imagine if some of them do have to take out a loan. A lot of people won't look at that because they feel as the economy will be able to pay for their student loan after so many years. I know people that make way more money than me and they're still paying off loans. But they don't have to worry because they got the career. It's cool. But this is the thing about retirement. You want to start preparing for retirement at least Now, this is not no study or anything. This is just me going through life, and I'm 35. If and by the time you're 25, 26, you got your master's degree, your doctor's degree. By 36, you should be paying off your loan. Because if you, like most of us are now born into a family with money and have a lot of things, so we might have to take out a loan. But it should take us, you should give yourself like 10 years. But then within that, life kick in. And that's the thing about understanding of going to school. What type of life do you want? Like you got to think about that. I know everything seems like a lot, but you are mentally prepared, especially if you've been through a lot of hard times. You know how to work this out. Since I've been doing collections, and if you have a loan, even now, do not never let your loan go into wage garnishment. That is when so many collection agencies have collected your loan, and that's bad too because every collection agency will boost up the interest rate. That's not so great. So you got to make sure that you're paying some type of monies on this loan, whether it's $5. That's the minimum you can pay. They cannot say nothing to you. They can encourage you to call you based on your state restrictions or the collection restrictions. New York State is 2 times a month, and they only can call you twice. It's a week. I just say month just to be safe because I don't like when they call me. And then I learned that they don't call. Now you see here I have less restriction calls. Now they have to follow it. The compliance have gotten strict. Some places have gotten closed down because of that. People have been the police will come to the job and the person that was speaking bad to the person will get arrested. You got to spend some time in jail. It's a 2 hour just for compliance of telling a person, "Well, I know what color car you have." That's so stupid. That's like a threat. So you're going into now you gonna risk your career for your life, your freeness you barely have. So looking at the loans. Now the key thing is the grants. There's grants that are just designed for school. And I wanna recommend that you all take a time out to look into grants. They have grants for single mothers, for minorities, or for the jobs you're at, the type of career you want. You just have to look into them. Your local library or even your local mayor, your city hall should have a place, a room, an office in that building to direct you to where grants is at. Or you should, somebody that's locally that like to advocate for a lot of things, they may know. I'm still learning about grants. I still have yet to write, well, to not write, to send in my first grant. And I haven't sent it in because I'm on the path of getting one of these federal or state jobs. That is good to have. I'm gonna talk about that another time. So we're going to why I brought up entrepreneurship. So you go into school, you go to college, an institution to learn a specific type of skill. Like you're gonna go for business, you got nursing. In most colleges, you go on for it's called an arts degree, a bachelor's in arts and science. Because I'm not even gonna exaggerate that because I don't really understand. It's a difference. I'm gonna have to look that up, and I'm sorry that I didn't have that information. And there's a difference between your arts and bachelor's in science. And then you got your masters and your doctorates. But what I'm understanding, are you just going to college and getting these degrees to just work for somebody or a person or a company? That's cool. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Because if you're at the top of your class and some top company call you, I was about to butcher this company name, so I'm not going to say the name, calls you and you have the top GPA in your class, most likely I would go work for them. I don't see no reason why to branch off yet if I haven't even. You still remember now you're paying off these loans, or now you want to get your life going. Then that's what you did go to school for, and it's no shame in saying that. And I hate the new All these people coming out talking about schooling, this and that. I will not tell nobody not to go to school. I will tell nobody not to do what they want because I don't know what the purpose of their life is. Even me observing your life, I don't know the purpose. So what you have to do is for your purpose of your life, it's your journey and it's your path. You have to figure this out. Your parents, hopefully your parents gave you the tools. So you have to make a decision. Okay, I can work for this company, but did you go to school? Did you go to college to be your own boss? Because in some ways, and here's another one, you're not going to college to start your own business. You don't really. Now, I'm not saying not to go to college and then start your own business. You don't need college to start a business. That is I don't know why people, they stop kind of like teaching that because we're starting to learn a lot of people maybe later on got a degree in business management when they want to start a business. I don't have a business management degree. Right now, I received, this was a while back. I should have had, I didn't have no mind, we'll put it that way. I joined the military, no mind. People ask me, I didn't want to go to college. I liked I admired the uniforms a lot better. And that's what I wanted to do. Because I was like, oh, okay. I'm getting away. I get to travel. I wasn't literally listening to what the recruiter was saying. In my mind, I didn't have a mind because I was picking and choosing what I want. But I'm happy that I did it because I got an incentive for the military. And then when I got out, life was going great. I was doing the newer form of business now. It's more, it's not as hardcore based ground, feet to ground, walk the path type of business. It's more electronic computer PC based, like Netflix. You got Uber. Those people didn't walk the grounds. They just studied enough information and put it together and created a platform. So YouTube is one platform. They created YouTube. It's a platform. That's $1 billion business. It's $1 million business now. We might not look at it, but you gotta look at the companies that buy into the advertisements that get us to when we are watching YouTube. Some people pay the $9.99, the $10 a month for a YouTube Red. You got YouTube TV now. It didn't start off like this. You gotta remember it took time to grow. But if you have kind of like nothing and nothing is available, you pretty much that's how you look at it. You're not looking at some people are looking for the quick boom, 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 but that's not a platform. That's not how a business will grow. I'm getting that in a minute. So now you're looking at all these different business and the highest form of business that around the early 2000s was network marketing. Network marketing, that's when the pyramid, they called it the pyramid scheme, the Ponzi scheme came into play, which if you look at it, pretty much all businesses is a pyramid. So I don't call it wrong. So then if you get into the patriarch and the matriarch of man and woman and how things are ran, it's not wrong because it's still a system that we all still use. Because we have not deleted, eradicated, and removed it and replaced it with a new system or a new way of living. So we kind of, everything we do in our life is still based on a system. And it don't make it good or bad. So you got to take that into account as well. So what they did was, okay, you are a stockholder into this business. You put down $300, and what I need you to do, so they practice this. People that have a business practice this, is to get a right hand and a left hand man, and you need customers. You need at least 5 customers, a certain amount of volume of product being coming in and coming out, and blah blah blah, and you make a certain amount of money. That's network marketing, and it works. You never can you can topple the top person. You can top the person that brought you in because you can work harder. And see, and then that's when I was like, well, that's not a scheme. A scheme is like you only just trapping me where no matter how much I do, all profits go to me. So that's like actually a building based company when you got, just say Microsoft. You're never going to top him. He's going to get all the commission, all the percentage, no matter what you do. You never top the man at Microsoft. It's in your contract. He's going to get When they look at the person, the guy that created Microsoft, is Bill Gates. He's going to get all the credit. He's going to get all the work, get all the monies. You can't tackle him. So then when you look at when you got your degree, you're going to work with someone. You're not going to create nothing. You're building their platform. You're building their business. That's not yours. There's no way that's going to become yours. Now you can buy stock into that, and that's I'll talk about that another time, and all these other things. But it's not your business. So you got to figure out now. You know you got loans, you got this assistance, you get grants, scholarship, tuition. You want to go to college. You go on specifically for a certain career, an aim at. Now, if you're an entrepreneur, and what I have learned so far, my parents barely taught me about just graduating high school. So college was not even even spoke of. My mother or father made us like, Mom, I want to go to college or I want to join the military. Why? It was never, that's great. This is why. Because they didn't know why it was so great. To them, they still able to balance $15 an hour and have a retirement, 401k, and still have a life. And like they have all these things available. And you got people that have all this money, disposable money, and with my mother and father, little dollars an hour, these people that make $30 an hour still don't have nothing. My father is 69, my mother is 62. They can go into a retirement home. It's paid for, and it's got people that make six figures can't do that. So you got to imagine now. You got to understand that your mentality is your mentality. I cannot tell you what to do. I can guide you, or maybe I can jot something to your memory so you can understand. So what we're doing now is understand how important if we're going to go into entrepreneurship, what information we need. Now, so far in my search for entrepreneurship, I've done a lot. It's the same things I've done to find what I want to look for in college. And there's loans, there's grants, but then a lot of loans you cannot get because they're business related. You got to go nonprofit. A lot of nonprofit loans, but then there's loan organizations out there that can assist you, and that is great now. And so in your community, you got to find out. And this is a lot of things that what kills me about the quote unquote black, we're gonna say community. It's people that have a lot of this. I'm a newbie. I'm a new bloomer. There's people out there right now that make way more money than me. It's not saying this. If we really care, this is my whole thing. My platform is not so much I'm trying to educate you. I'm trying to guide you, but I'm trying to make aware that how I'm a newbie, and I have to say this, I'm a newbie. I have the least amount of information, but listen to this. And I'm doing the most work. People think they doing more work. Well, I do this and this for the community. Cool. But you are smarter than me. You're more, and I'm learning, it's no this, because I'm learning my purpose. My purpose, like instance, I want to be in love. I know a lot of my lives and everything you peering in, you like, you going on topic. But it's the understanding of me as well, because you're going to do this with yourself. You're going to be like, is this for me? Should I do this? You're not going to do, you're not going to be 100% sold on everything you do. It's not going to go 100% to, sorry, the way you desire. But it's life. Life have obstacles. They have iniquities. That's things that was race curses, whatever was here before I was born. And in things in life is like, well, and it's nothing to do that it's supposed to happen. Well, I know if you just build a road, I'm going to be very logical right now and practical. And maybe a 3 or 2 years time frame, that road is not going to look just as pretty because the weather, it rains and then it snows with the city I live in. Well, rain get in two sides. Let's say the concrete don't have a crack, but water can get anything, sand, and then the sand connect to the water, absorb the water, and it could be. It's not even a crack. It's not even a hole in the ground, but it's weathering. It's a constant bashing, hitting, hurting. Just like people. Think about people, a constant bashing. There's no cracks in there, but imagine you just keep constantly bashing and hitting and hurting. It's gonna hurt, and with a hurt, eventually, it's gonna reveal some open spots. And if you got an open spot, guess what's gonna happen? It's gonna allow things to get in. Then it get cold, it freezes, and when things freeze, it expand. And then when they get warm, it goes away. So now it's a crack is created. So that's what happened in life. That's how if I can explain life and death that way, you are created, things happen, the water rain on you, you constantly getting hit with the water. Eventually it's going to seep into some type of little hole, don't whether it's there or not, or it expands. It's gonna create. It's gonna the word I'm trying to look for is not coming to my head. But if I keep setting water on top of an object and letting it freeze, it's going to lose the original coating. It's a lot of things going to happen to it, and it has nothing to do with wow, that was negative. That was the devil. What? I've been here 35 years. Well, I had to learn how to walk. I know I'm going to fall on the ground. Maybe if I may not fall. I'm going to get some. I'm going to get a bruise from somewhere. I'm going to have a scar from somewhere. I'm not saying you need some crazy scar like molestation or whatever, but things are going to happen in life. So I'm not going to be corny and be like, well, that's just going to be very perfect. No. Things are like your business. Going to college may not work out. You might go 2 years and be like, hold on, this is not for me. You might start a business and be like, hold on, it's not for me. I was doing great working for a company. That don't make you less than a man or less than a woman. It just make you a person like, okay, but that don't mean that's where your life stopped. You can still do things. I can still go coach a football team. I can still do what I enjoy because I work for a company. I can still do what I enjoy making $15 an hour. But to you don't see no value in what you already doing in life. And a lot of times I get away from what I'm speaking about because I know it's people out there that's probably like, man, I can't do that. You can. I encourage a lady loud, stay with me. I know from a can of paint. She got offensive. And I was like, you don't gotta be offensive. I was like, you can do this. And I kept saying it. I say, well, you gonna find me offensive. Because you keep telling me you can't, and I keep telling you you can. And if that is offensive to you, now that right there, that's one offensive thing I will keep telling you that I'm gonna offend you for the rest of your life. If you keep saying you can't, I'm gonna keep saying you can. If you want to hurt me, shoot me, and kill me over that, so be it. I'm not going to back down from telling a person that's being very negative on themselves. They're reinforcing wrong, bad, and evil upon themselves and curses that they can do something when they keep saying they can't. They keep saying it's impossible. I'm saying it's possible. I seen a man in basketball do a 720 that spin all the way around 2 times and dunk the ball. So a 720 dunk. So I seen a guy almost did a double between the legs on a low run. Before we wasn't even doing a double between the legs on a low run. Now we're doing a low run. We just missed it on a regulation run. So I know there's no such thing as impossible. I see children being birthed. That's a miracle. I call that a miracle. People are like, I don't know what a miracle is. Well, a miracle is a child being born. All the processes, when you produce and procreate, look at everything that's going forward for that child to be born. That's a lot. And then to top it off, the woman give life to the child, literally. Literally, she gives some of her life. That's why she got to take calcium pills and vitamin and iron. Because she lose a lot of that. She's giving it to the child that's being birthed into the world. Until the child strong enough to start eating and getting these things and getting strengthened on their own. That's why they can't walk for the first year. They're not strong enough. Their bones not nourished. They don't have the right nutrients. That's why it's important to see, all these things are important. Your place in the world is have your own business. And a lot of us wouldn't groom to have. A lot of people that do have successful businesses are groomed for that because a mother or father had a mind of go to college or get some type of training. Go with your father to his he got a restaurant. Go to his restaurant with him. He worked there. He grew up growing up. He watched how it worked. And that's a lot of things we all don't get to see. And mainly a lot of things I'm speaking to is African descent American people. We call us black, whatever you want to call us, more pain, whatever you want to call yourself. That's in America. That's who I'm talking to. And hopefully one day we get on our own. So entrepreneurship is basically building your own company, business, brand, franchise. But we're new to this. I don't know. Nobody in my family have their own business. So most of the people I'm going to are not my family. Most of the people I'm going to are willing, able bodies that's willing to help me. I don't need, and I done network marketing. That's all I was stating. I make a little money from that, but I learned that's not for me because I was just. They say you adult because you have to work, so just go to work. That's true, but I'm happy. I'm at where my life where I'm at. I may not make a lot, I don't have a lot, but I'm able to pay bills every month. Every month, I don't have to go to work if I don't want to no more. And see people don't know that about me. Now, you would be shocked if I told one woman that. You know how women would have stayed with me, would have tried not break up with me, but I don't tell them that. I don't let them in my business. I let them know why you want to know what's in my pocket. I'm looking for a true understanding of what love is. That's just me. I'm not letting you into my life until you show me that you're not even ready for your life. I'm like I don't. I'll help you if you're emotionally disturbed or disorder, or physical, spiritually. I'm gonna help you, but I don't need to be in a relationship with you to help you. And if you don't see me as nothing else, I don't see us going forward. I'm not here to be what you think I am. You don't. I don't. I don't get a pass for messing up in my life. So why would I give? And I know this sounds funny. Why would I give another person a pass? That's detrimental onto me and things we do. I know this took another dive to somewhere else, but you got to start like really thinking about a lot of these things in life, and don't. And I also say too, like the spirit's like gotta have fun. See, I leave off good morning, have fun, enjoy life as well. Life is not always about saving money and building a business. It's about enjoy. If I look at it like this is sad to me. You only enjoying life because you have. I'm not saying you shouldn't. It's just like a side thing. Not like it's mandatory that you make six figures. You have you only. That's what I'm trying to understand, and nobody can explain this to me. You only enjoying life because you're doing these things. I'm enjoying life because I know that's on my purpose. Just because I'm not making six figure, let's say six figure. I mean, like your only reason to join life because you make six figures. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about yeah, you're working hard, so you're bashing me for working hard. No, I'm saying you're only enjoying life is because you make six figures. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying nothing else and nothing else. Think about that part. You're only enjoying life is because you're making six figures. I'm not talking about what you did to get there. I'm not talking about you doing how you spending your money. You're only enjoying life is because you're only making six figures. And I'm not trying to curse you. I'm not trying to do some subliminal. I want you to actually thinking about why you enjoy your life. Like really think about it. Think about it. And and if your only reason in life saying, well, because I went to school, I'm able to, because to me, cool. But for me, I'm gonna say that's not why I enjoy life. Right now, I live alone. My riches is in my family. I'm able to talk to my family and go see them, the ones that I can that want to talk to me or that look at me as family, and pretty much all my family because I'm like a neutral person. I don't care what you said about me. You my family. I don't do that. Oh, blood thicker than water. But sometimes water is like no, I don't do that because that same energy you put into that water, you can put into that blood. I'm saying blood, not in no demonic way. I'm saying blood as in your family you're born to. I seen, and I looked at this. I seen people love one another. I was like, you don't even love your sister, but how you love this man? You don't even love your brother, but you love this woman. That's amazing. That's amazing how people can do that. You ain't gotta explain to me why you can. It still amazes me. I don't care what explanation that you would put all that energy into that person. And just like I know this is off topic again. Just like the women in our like my race of women will. I ain't gonna get on that because I know that's bashing. That's bashing. I can't even talk logical or practical. Basically, I say it like this to my race of women anymore. There's it's a diss. Hello, good morning. Thank you for joining in. And I get off topic sometimes. And so it's close to the end. What I say unto one, I say unto all. I want to leave it at that because I started leaving what I was talking about. So this got kind of personal. And look at it as you going to college to run your own business. Now, leaving off with this, you can learn a lot in college. And that can show you because I learned about electricity, inflation, and some other words about business and how it works. Like how much product you would need, what type of tools, what type of machines, how you're going to pay for it. And I will get more into that another time. But a lot of my lives are spiritual based and natural based to go along with the spirit because I know you need natural with the spirit. I remember my roommate, I would say, man, you need some natural. He was just all spiritual. He getting it, but he's still getting there. He a cool guy. So it's your path, it's your journey, it's your choice. So choose wisely. Try to make the best decision for you. And as I said, enjoy life. Have fun. Whatever your fun is, have fun. Well, not at whatever it is. If you jumping off buildings and that's fun to you, I say, hey, jump off buildings. But if you gotta smoke crack or sniff coke to have fun, I'm gonna say no, and I won't surround myself with people like that. And I will tell you, you would need help. So, I mean, having fun, like if you enjoy sitting outside, the sun hitting your face, the nature, the snow hitting your face, the rain, go do that. But remember, the other part of life is too, is to make it, you can make life into what? You have full control over your life. Full. Because you control everything you do. You don't believe me? When you wake up, think about, if you can remember, if you can recall, think about what you want to do that day. You controlling that. People are like, I don't control it when I sleep. Yes, you do. You may not control the function of how you sleep, but you control your sleep. You lay down and go to bed. You sat there and got comfortable. See, I'm not taking away from what the creator gave to us, but for me, this not even logical or practical. This is more in tune with myself. That's why I say it like that. If you can put it that way, your vibe, your vibration, your energy, you're more in tune with yourself. You're lined up with yourself. You align. You know what you're gonna hurt. You know what's going to hurt you. You know what's not going to hurt you, and it's your choice. And that don't bother me. And you see how I say nothing because I feel like I don't want to be bashing people. I was like, damn, I can't say nothing about my own race of women or I'm bashing them. That's sad. That's sad to me. But when they can present all these options of why I'm not their type of man, that's okay. But I'm accepting that because I'm the understanding person. I'm very accepting of a lot of things. And you have a great day. Be well upon yourself. Think highly of yourself. Think you are great. Love yourself. I don't see have an esteem of boosting yourself up than just always boosting someone else up. You can do whatever you put your heart and your mind to. But still think about all those decisions you have to make. But make sure they're the best for you. If anything, I don't care if they you can take 80 million risk your whole life. You can be living outside. I don't care. If you chose that, you chose that. And I know I'm riding my bike. I'm happy with riding my bike. I don't have a car. Can nobody tell me my bike is wrong? I got a bike. I spent my money. I worked for that. I bled my blood, sweat, and tear went into that paying for that bike. That money I've created. It's not even so much the money. I work for it. I have a different appreciation. So I could smile when somebody's saying so much bad about me, or a woman saying, "Well, I'm not a man to her. I'm not a man, or I'm this less than a man." I can smile and not be mad at her, and I can be like, "I feel bad for you that you only see joy and based on you only see what's the word? You only see joy and worth based on what you have and not who you are." Shalom.